My dream to cross the U.S. by bike began, I suppose, where all dreams start, somewhere in the inspired embers of the heart. Julianna, on the other hand, thought it was an absolutely insane idea.
So wish us luck.
Happy trails.
Happy trails, let's ride.
But yes, in the end, somehow I convinced her, and one day in 2021, on a remote beach on the westernmost edge of the continental U.S., the two of us, after a heartwarming send-off,
Bye! Safe travels!
set out on what would be the most spectacular adventure of our lives.
All right, 1 mile down. 3,999 to go.
Here we go.
Here we go. Woo!
And then we were off, alone with an entire continent before us, and a blank slate of adventures waiting to be experienced. It's often said that a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. As we left the coast and headed eastward, our goal of the Atlantic Ocean felt impossibly distant. But the sun was warm, the breeze cool, and our hearts were wide open for whatever lay ahead.
Probably about 30 miles in, and we're both pretty tired. First day. This is our first training day, really. So this is our first night camping.
And it's very comfortable.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, it's a nice little site.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Beginning of our second day. We're riding on empty stomachs, but it's a beautiful morning. And we're doing this. It's finally happening.
We've just started the Olympic Discovery Trail, and it's but a shared road. It's a very misty, cool Pacific Northwest day.
We chose our point of departure because it was near the start of the Great American Rail Trail, a growing project that aspires someday to create a continuous off-road bicycle route across America, from coast to coast. Our first several miles were obviously still a work in progress.
This is where the Olympic Discovery Trail really starts. We've been following a road for the last maybe 10 miles or so. Comes a dedicated path, very beautiful through the forest here. Gorgeous.
This is the kind of trail we get to ride on. Beautifully shaded path, pine cones and moss. Blacktop paved under the shade of these giant trees covered in moss with the most beautiful bark. God, it's just paradise out here.
The Olympic Discovery Trail, the first leg of the route, took little time in bringing us under its magical spell.
What a gorgeous, gorgeous path this is. I'm right above Lake Crescent, but the forest through here is just insanely beautiful. And the trail so smooth, and ferns and moss-covered trees and deep, deep, deep forest. And I'm so blessed to be sailing down this trail. Crescent Lake on the Olympic Peninsula. Looks just so beautiful. It's such a blue, deep blue lake. Uh-oh. It's getting dark. Had some grueling climbs here. We're seriously training now. Finding out that we've got some strength in us that we weren't sure that we had. Oh, it's all part of the ups and downs of bike touring. Joyce's General Store to the rescue. Check out this place. This is such a cool general store.
And something for dinner.
Well, what can we put in tortillas that would be good for dinner?
We're going to do some beans and
Meat.
cheese.
After stocking up on provisions, we headed down to the coast to find a campground, riding along the spectacular waters of Crescent Bay.
So we've been looking for a campsite.
Found a market and we have food now.
We've got food, everything turned out. And what's really cool, we see this note on the picnic table. They registered for 2 nights and they're saying it's all yours. Somebody ended up paying for our campsite.
This is awesome. And we're right next to the showers. Oh my God, it couldn't get any better.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yes.
Our trail today took us through lush forest, along a pristine mountain lake, and was crowned by a spectacular sunset overlooking the northern coast of the Olympic Peninsula. All in all, a very good day.
Yeah.
We're rolling out of camp a little late as usual. It's about 11, but that's how we do it. Here we go. Hello, guys. Look at you. Look at those. Oh, I hear you. Oh, my buddy.
The route continued to switch between trail and road, but in either case, the riding was magnificent.
Hello.
Hey, baby.
Hey, baby.
Woo, day 3. Here we go. Having a blast.
Just grooving.
Oh, so groovy.
Gorgeous. It's sunny.
Beautiful. It doesn't get any better.
Awesome.
Hi. Oh my God, twins. You couldn't be any cuter. Port Angeles, looking for a cheeseburger or some kind of lunch because we are hungry.
We found our lunch and the local bike shop, where Julianna made a lucky find.
I'm riding across the country, so I want to be visible. So
I would go for the bright yellow that matches your vest.
That way you stay color coordinated.
Yeah.
So this is Juliana's new hat. Keeps her face safe, keeps her safe. We don't want anything happening to this beautiful lady, do we? So I think it looks beautiful on her.
We left Port Angeles along a spectacular stretch of trail that traced the shores of the Salish Sea. Eventually, our route brought us inland, where the scenery was no less beautiful. Wait, have we not introduced Herman yet? This is Herman, a now well-traveled hedgehog, here enjoying his first big tour.
it's beautiful. Rows and rows of lavender.
Yeah,
It's like being in France.
yeah, it's awesome.
Hey, day 4, checking out of the Econo Lodge. We're in Sequim, Washington.
Hey, heading for Kitsap State Park.
It's a bright, beautiful morning here. Enjoying the last bits of this Olympic Discovery Trail. It looks like we'll probably be cycling on the side of the road most of today. We're both tired, I'll tell you. It's been tough. It's like boot camp.
It's gonna be a tough day doing 40. We're fatigued. We're still getting in shape.
Yeah, Lauren, right?
Yes. So I started in Yorktown, Virginia, and I've been having the time of my life.
Yeah. What's your favorite part of the trail?
Oh goodness, the green. Going through the desert states was beautiful in its own way, but I'm from a really lush green place, and it's just in my soul. So
Well, awesome. Happy trail and safe travels and all that business.
yeah, close to the end.
Doing Highway 101, ladies and gentlemen. We got a nice, long, steady climb. I'm feeling the pounds.
And this is what the top of the hill looks
Oh
like.
my God, it's horrible.
Just like that, boom, we're going downhill. It feels fabulous. This is the Hood Canal floating bridge. Let's go.
Let's go, baby.
Here's our campsite, 4th night. Just enjoying a nice pot of macaroni and cheese in my favorite outdoor restaurant.
What a day.
Oh yeah, I feel like I'm getting stronger.
Yeah, me too. Definitely got the furnace going.
Yep.
And they're off.
After a great campsite here at Kitsap State Park, we're on to Kingston to catch the ferry. You feeling it in your legs, babe?
I'm feeling it in my butt.
We're gonna shake that out here pretty quick because we got some hills to climb. Here we go.
Today we leave the Olympic Peninsula for the mainland of Washington via a ferry that crosses Puget Sound. On the crossing, we had the pleasure of meeting Dwight and Jennifer.
So this is Dwight Jacobson. And
Jennifer
Carlisle. And they were kind enough to invite us into their home. Got a great night's sleep.
And all thanks to my husband
Thank
just
God
picking them up on the ferry boat.
So we wish you the best of luck on the whole trip.
Great
I just
meeting you
want to say
guys.
thank you.
Well, we wish you the
and,
best travels, safe journey.
Good morning, Roland.
Good morning.
Can't wait to get away from that highway. So damn. Can't wait to get away from the highway. It's so damn loud.
Okay, we just reached the Burke-Gilman Trail. We're getting ready to sweep around Lake Washington. We're doing the outskirts of Seattle on our way towards the Cascades. What are we doing?
Eating. And eating again. Eating and loving life.
Our route took us along a lovely stretch of commuter trail, but by the second day we were ready to leave the urban commotion behind.
Good morning. We're riding along Interstate 90, coming out of Issaquah, Washington, stuck in this kind of strip mall suburbs. We were pretty anxious to get out into the woods. All right, I think we've left the highway for a while. We're on the Preston Snoqualmie Trail. Wow, look at these trees. God, don't you just love Washington? Look at all that moss, just greenery as far as the eye can see.
And that's when the day got, well, interesting. First, we found ourselves dragging our bikes up a series of the most ridiculous steep switchbacks, especially considering this was the Great American Rail Trail and all. And then things got worse.
So we've been sailing down this beautiful paved trail, and all of a sudden it just comes to a gate. No trespassing. Huge, giant chain link fence, dead stop. No warning, no nothing. A lot of wasted energy and a lot of wasted time.
So back we went, the way we came, and we found a road that tragically led us into our most dangerous stretch of the entire tour.
Google Maps led us to a dead end. Tried to take this road with no shoulder. A big semi almost clipped Julianna. Laid the bike down. Scraped herself up right in front of traffic. Bags all over the place. Juliana's got a big bruise on her knee.
It hurts.
Got some scrapes. I'm trying to figure out what to do, and we see a pickup truck. Real nice guy. So this is our trail angel. His name is Scott. Scott has a pickup truck here, and he just gave us a ride into North Bend and saved our ass. So thank you very much. To you guys. Really appreciate it, Scott. It was great meeting you, and it's good to know that, there's folks like you.
It was no big deal.
Have a great day, man. Kind of collecting ourselves after our afternoon. Nothing better than Ben and Jerry's. Y'all should take a look at these mountains, though. It's not the best view, but this is where we're riding.
Feeling better already.
So, saved by a ride into North Bend, into the mountains we rode with the late afternoon sun on our backs.
After a grueling day, looks like we finally found our first wild camping. It used to be a railroad camp from what I can tell. Just lay it out here in the grass. Looks like it's a rainy morning. Everything is wet. Good morning, babe.
We're going to head up the pass, up to the tunnel, warm up as we go. Here we go.
Yeah, it is a bit chilly and damp.
It's getting colder as we get higher up.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
It seems every day on a bike tour is spectacular, certainly some more than others. Our climb along the Palouse to Cascades Trail was an ideal day in all ways. When you think of riding a rail trail with its scenery, gentle climbs, and engaging sense of history, this is probably the kind of trail you imagine.
That is it, baby.
What? It is.
Just leaving the Snoqualmie Pass Tunnel.
And there's sun over here.
Daylight, sunshine.
All refreshed. Finally got our cup of coffee. Ooh, look at the lake out there. And now it's a downhill into the dry part of the state.
This is day 6, and we're just heading down the trail into Cle Elum and get a hotel room. It's been a couple days. We both need a shower, and we need to dry everything off because it's like a damp sponge in this place. But it sure is pretty. This is the coolest little place. We are getting ribs, coleslaw and collard greens and beans. Love this little lady back here.
All right, so we're coming to you from Cle Elum. It's Roland and Julianna. We are beat. Today we were just like hurting.
Roland, this is Chris. When you get this message, please call me. It's important. Thank you, brother.
Sitting here in Cle Elum, I've got bad news that my brother passed, my oldest brother at 75, Fred. Let's try to settle ourselves down a little bit before we continue on.
Just leaving Cle Elum. We spent about 3 days there. We had to recover and take care of some business.
I'm so glad to be traveling with you, sure.
Oh, baby, you're the best.
As sometimes we are called upon to do in life, we dusted ourselves off and rode straight into the redemption of a perfect and beautiful day.
Nice. This is the old Blewett Highway. It's gonna be nice and quiet. No traffic, just us and the bears. And check it out, Julianna's bear spray. We are ready for him, but the first thing I'm gonna shoot him with is this here camera.
Beautiful road. Steep as all get out. But beautiful road.
Life is an uphill climb.
Up those switchbacks, and around, and up some more. And guess where we are now?
We made it to the summit.
Made it to the summit, oh my God. Now, now a little downhill.
After the downhill, yes! This is so nice.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna love this one.
Good morning.
Great little camp we had last night. Sang me to sleep.
It had been an unusually hot and dry summer already here in the Northwest, and we opted for a northerly route, hoping to avoid the many fires that had suddenly erupted all over the area. In Kashmir, we dropped into a bike shop for some small repairs, and the owner sent us onto a lovely route through idyllic apple orchards of the Wenatchee Valley.
The fire that we were trying to avoid has already scorched all those hills over there, but luckily it didn't come to the town.
And then we crossed the mighty Columbia, the first of many great American rivers we would have the fortune to become acquainted with.
Woo! Nice, the Columbia River. Yes, Columbia. It's beautiful.
Now into the dry country. Hot, hot day, but gorgeous. Just loving this. We are sweaty, we are tired, but we are happy.
Well, we finally made it to Lincoln State Park, right on the Columbia. Got a beautiful little campsite here. It's nice and grassy, shade.
And I mean, we're going to be able to listen to the river all night long. Life is good. Morning, world. We're on Highway 2. We're just getting ready to start our big climb, so wish us luck.
And then came the climb out of the Columbia Valley.
Around every bend, you're hoping that this is the one where you see things flatten out.
We're doing about 2,400 feet and about 20 miles in constant climbing.
Grinding away, hot and dry, but nothing we weren't expecting. Crossing the country by bike. Whoever thought it would be hard?
Got another trail angel here. This is David, and he filled up our water. We just appreciate him so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah.
I have to officially say this is the hardest climb I have ever done.
I think this is it, Roland. We're done with the climbing. Woohoo! Yeah! Good job, partner. Kicked my booty.
Changing landscape of America. You can hear the winds through the wheat. It's a beautiful thing. We are crossing by bike. Unbelievable.
After a day like that, we deserved a nice rest, but it was not to be. In Waterville, the hotel was closed due to COVID, and to say that the town campground was a disappointment would be quite the understatement.
So we get here, all the bathrooms are locked, the showers are locked, there's nothing but 12 inches of gravel. There's no place to put a tent, and the wind is just crazy. So we're parked on the leeward side of the bathroom. She's sleeping on the sidewalk. She used to be somebody. She used to be a contender. Oh, God. I'm such a bad Morning, babe.
With the new day dawned hope in the form of a delicious breakfast at the Pioneer Park Deli and its lovely owner, Juanita. But we could see that our desert crossing would be marred by the smoke of wildfires so prevalent this year.
All right, we're crossing the country. Bye-bye.
In nearby Douglas, we made a quick visit to the awesome but abandoned open-air museum there, and then it was into the high desert.
Just coming down from a very fast descent into this valley, and boy, is it smoky down here. Smoky.
Some 10 miles into our day's ride, smoke was becoming a major problem, making it hard to breathe, stinging our eyes, and overshadowing the landscape around us.
Coming upon Coulee City. Nice to see water, though. It's been really dry.
Happy days. It's motel night.
Destination will be on the left. My name's
Yes.
Karen Powers.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
I bought this motel a year ago.
So the a la cozy.
The name came with the place. It looks like something out of the movie Cars.
Right, it does. It's very retro. All right, baby, let's ride.
Another smoky morning. Boy, I don't know if I've ever experienced so much just nothingness. I mean, just miles and miles and miles of just the same thing, left and right and forward, pursued behind.
You can't cross this country without somehow crossing the western desert. We had chosen what is probably the shortest route through here in northern Washington, but riding this stretch you feel like the tiniest speck in a landscape that stretches out to infinity.
Looks like a mirage out there, rising up out of the heat.
We've got a big heat wave coming in, and we want to be off this desert by the time the heat wave hits. That road, just go straight for miles and miles. And that sun behind us, it is a smoky sun, but so glad we like
I believe that those are pine trees ahead. And they're our first sight of the Rocky Mountain Forest, and the sign that the desert is close to being behind us.
So we're staying tonight. Look at this place. Looks like something out of a Western.
Kind of taking it easy. It's the beginning of the heat wave. Good news is that most of the smoke is cleared. Sky's blue. Yeah, it's a beautiful day. Called the Sunset Highway. Old road, the back road that follows US 2.
Leaving Davenport, we discovered a lovely and quiet old highway through the wheat fields of western Washington, which took us much of the way to Spokane, where we enjoyed a hot but well-deserved rest day.
Hot day in Spokane.
Nice day for an ice cream cone.
You're Julianna, also Julianna.
I'm getting ready to go to Italy to play lacrosse. I play for the Italian national team.
You're like the most famous person I've ever met.
All right.
Ready for the day. Here we go. Good morning, and we are ready for the Rocky Mountains. Here we come, heading for Idaho. I believe we are now on the very northern reaches of the Palouse region of Washington, heading south, getting hot.
We rode through the Palouse, a striking landscape of unique and photogenic wheat fields, as the heat wave bore down upon us.
All right, our very first state, Idaho.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
After we reached Idaho, we rode on to the Sprocket Ranch, a makeshift and utterly charming campground in the heart of Coeur d'Alene country.
Our lovely campsite at the Sprocket Ranch. Good morning.
Good morning.
We are a couple of miles out of Plummer, where the Coeur d'Alene Trail starts. So let's ride.
Bye, chickens.
Now we're heading for Plummer. Gorgeous morning.
Today's ride would take us along the Trail of the Coeur d'Alenes, one of the most loved rail trails in the country, and a well-maintained part of the Great American Rail Trail.
Riding on the Trail of the Coeur d'Alenes, gorgeous lake. It is so green and peaceful here. Yeah. Now the smoke from the fire.
One of the highlights of the trail is the Chat-Colette Bridge, a railroad bridge that crosses over Lake Coeur d'Alene. Built in 1921, it's 3,100 feet long and provides sweeping views over the lake and the surrounding foothills of the Rocky Mountains.
Oh, there's the lily pads. Look how beautiful.
Starting to get a little wet out here. Picking up a little rain. Feels really good, actually.
Okay, here we are in Harrison. Got the last camping spot.
So what's for dinner?
Chili with chopped peppers and high-quality German sausages.
Yeah, you can put together some really nice meals, can't you?
Yes. Good morning, America.
Good morning.
We woke to a beautiful day with most of the trail still before us. At 73 miles, the Trail of the Coeur d'Alenes spans nearly the entire width of Idaho. The original rail line was built in 1888 to access the booming silver, lead, and zinc mines upstream. The raised rail bed was built mostly of mine tailing and was listed as a Superfund site in 1983. The solution was to cap the rail bed with thick concrete and lay this trail right on top of it.
We're headed for Wallace, Idaho, which was a big mining town in the day, silver mining. And got a hotel there.
How are you liking this dinner, babe?
With marinara, pappardelle. Such a good dish. Oh, hands down.
Great. Good times. Heading out of Wallace on the Norpac Trail and the Coeur d'Alene Trail. Morning, Julianna. Morning. See you later, Wallace. It's been good. It's an early morning for us. Got out the door by 6:30, probably 6:15. Want to beat the heat. We're expecting high 90s today. See if we can get most of our ride in before noon.
White smoky.
Yeah, it is. I smelled it as soon as I opened up the door.
Yeah.
Downtown Mullen. Doesn't look like there's a whole lot going on here. Pulling away from the Lucky Friday mine, looking for the Norpac Trail. I think we found the trail, Norpac Trail. This is what we're gonna take to get over Lookout Pass. Already we're starting to feel the climb, I think. You're still feeling it? I'm feeling it.
And the smoke.
And feeling the smoke. 3 things working for us. Excessive smoke warnings, excessive heat warnings, close to 100. And then we've got a climb that, you know, it's gonna take some time with all of our weight. But beautiful riding with you, babe.
After a delightful rest day in Wallace, we headed east towards Montana and Lookout Pass over the Rockies.
Look how high we've climbed.
Berries? We're having Mr. Bear over for breakfast.
We eat them like bears. Handfuls. You're wondering what that bell sound is? That would be Julianna's bear bell.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with having a healthy respect for bears.
I'm just not sure if it's a bear bell or a dinner bell.
Dinner time! Come on, Yogi!
Getting steeper. Yeah. Top of Lookout Pass. It's our second state crossing. We're in Montana. Nothing but coasting from here. We don't even need pedals. Slightly harrowing, just took about a 2-mile detour on I-90, back on a really nice road. And we are crossing the country, baby. It's the trail we got to get on, and the only question is, how do we get up there? So here's that trestle we were looking at from underneath, the minimal guardrail. We're just gonna walk across. So hot right now. The only thing that's keeping us cool is moving. Hot, dry, dusty day on the trail. We got this cabin. And check this out. Look at this place. Air conditioned. It is so hot outside. So hot outside. Oh my God.
I can't believe our luck
awesome.
in finding this.
Real smoky conditions. I think we're both feeling a little discouraged right now.
We were following the route of the Olympian, the last significant stretch of the Great American Rail Trail until Nebraska, and despite riding through a picturesque landscape, the increasing smoke and heat and deteriorating conditions of this poorly maintained trail begin to wear on us in a big way.
It's very smoky today. This trail is just a mess. We're just crawling along. Loose rock and a lot of dust. It's just beating Julianna's hands up. She's got some arthritis in her thumbs. A discouraging morning, there's no question about it. No campgrounds, no lodging anywhere.
It's a miserable day on the old Happy Trail. It's a miserable day, but what are you gonna do?
Finally onto some pavement. Feels incredible, actually.
After many failed attempts, we finally found a campground, but it was miles out of our way, and the loose gravel and steep grades of the road soon made it impossible to continue in the heat.
Finally reached our campsite. It was a very warm welcome.
We realized that we'd made a poor judgment, and back down to town we went to set up camp in the Superior Town Park.
So, I probably look like shit because I just read the eulogy that I wrote for Fred. It brought tons of tears. And he was this big adventurer. I hope that kind of grief over Fred can help put my mind to rest, because it's been so frustrating. This campsite that was just run by some kind of wacko guy and so weird, we just got the hell out of Dodge. And now we're in the city park. We're 60 and change, and we're sleeping in a city park. But tomorrow's a new day.
So we ducked into our tent for some well-needed sleep, forgetting about the fact that for every town park, there's a sprinkler system.
Oh yeah, and the train. Don't forget the train coming through. The sprinkler coming through every 5 seconds was enough to keep us awake. Morning. We are leaving Superior, hoping to find a small hotel along the way to Missoula with possibilities of like an inch of rain this afternoon. Trying to avoid camping. We got a late start. We had some wet stuff after the sprinkler incident last night, so we hit the laundromat. Beautiful riding, great roads, wonderful hills. We're loving it today.
Perhaps one of the greatest gifts of bicycle touring is that tomorrow truly is a new day. On the road, fortunes change as quickly as the changing landscape.
Love these old U.S. highway bridges. Ugh. How's your day going, baby?
Having a good ride, loving this adventure.
An old US 10. This bridge is just used for bicycles. Beautiful. Gives us a way through. Oh, and we managed to procure, I think, the last room between here and Missoula. Luck is holding out. This is the view outside our hotel. It's been hotter than blazes here. Today it's been kind of drizzly and raining off and on and getting that kind of, oh, listen to that. You hear the thunder? Just such a good sound, especially because of all these fires and the heat, 100 plus for days. So this is just outstanding. And the fact that we got the last hotel room. I feel so lucky because it would have been kind of a sucky night of camping. But that's where we are.
Good morning, good afternoon.
Late start. We managed to hang out in the hotel for a couple of extra hours while it rained fairly steadily. Nice wet pavement.
These clouds are so pretty. It's beautiful.
As we neared Missoula, we knew we had some choices to make. Our preferred route, heading south from Missoula, appeared to be closed, we assumed, due to forest fires. And there just weren't a lot of alternate routes.
Well, here's a little update. Getting ready to roll out of Missoula, gonna head south along the Bitterroot Trail, and discovered that Komoot wouldn't let us go that way. So we rode into adventure cycling downtown Missoula.
That's a worthy stop. You can get to adventure cycling, and they've got great gift shop and great maps
and ice cream.
And free ice cream. They let you help yourself to the freezer, which I think is just my kind of place.
Very nice. We bought a couple of things like these brilliant green jerseys. We got some triangles for the back, but they rerouted us. We're gonna take the Lewis and Clark Trail up to Great Falls, where we're gonna catch the northern tier. We needed a reboot, and that's what we got. We're gonna keep going, and we're gonna stay north and stay true.
So on to the Lewis and Clark route we went, radically altering our route and directing us towards the broad expanse of the high plains of Montana and the Dakotas.
Wouldn't go as far as to say the smoke is cleared, but we actually are getting some sun through the haze, getting into some really pretty open country. It's nice, really beautiful. Got a nice wide shoulder, fast traffic. Seems pretty safe, but you know, never know. Keep seeing all these crosses on the side of the road. You know, they're everywhere is where somebody died. Boy, when you're riding a bike on the shoulder, it definitely gives you pause.
Here in Montana, these white crosses known as fatality markers are erected where somebody died on the road. We saw a lot of crosses. Despite the reset, we were still plagued by the heat, the smoke, and increasingly close calls with fast-moving vehicles. We made it to a fishing campground where we set up camp and bathed in the shallow stream.
Morning, it's just barely morning. Very ghostly scene, a lot of smoke. Still have a pass to cross over. Coming into Ovando, where we cross the Great Divide Trail, and then ultimately Lincoln, where we got a room waiting for us. The whole ride today has been on this really narrow shoulder. Fast traffic. It's nerve-wracking, really is nerve-wracking. Like that kind of stuff.
Ovando.
We were in grizzly country now. Here in Ovando, just a week or two prior, a woman was killed in her tent by a grizzly. Out here, the threat is very real.
Just leaving the little country store, heading back to the highway. It's cowboy country out here, yes it is.
Gorgeous valley, green, mountains in all directions. You can imagine how pretty this is without all the smoke haze.
Still in Montana. Seems like forever before we're gonna get anywhere, and I tell you what, this whole damn country is uphill.
And now we're in a complete no-shoulder zone. I don't know, this is stressful. 13 probably more miles to go to town. Here we go, there's our place.
It was a long ride, but in good company.
The Montanan Steakhouse, where we had the best steak of our lives. When you're in Montana, you gotta eat steak.
I'm sending food porn.
Ooh, there's New York strip and
Ribeye.
Yeah, good morning. It's a beautiful morning actually. Smells really fresh. Had a good hard rain last night. We get to climb the Continental Divide today. Rogers Pass. Looking at the smoke map, looks pretty grim.
We're riding through the darkest areas.
So although today does not seem too bad, we're gonna cross this pass, then we got the Great Plains to cross. Let's ride.
Let's ride.
It's really beautiful countryside. Just gorgeous.
Making our way through Montana on this highway with basically no shoulder. Cars are zipping by at 70, 80 miles an hour. Big double trailer semis.
After a long climb, it looks like we finally made it to the Continental Divide. We're on Rogers Pass, elevation 56 and change. It's all downhill from here. First glimpse of the eastern side of the divide.
On our trip across the country, we cycled many roads with no shoulders, but the traffic was minimal and the speeds were low. Montana was famous for years as being the state that didn't even have a speed limit, and although that's now changed, the driving habits sure don't seem like they have.
It's a really rough day. Big time headwind. It's just constantly cranking. Already well over 50 miles over the divide, and then we drop down into the plains, which is just windy and hot. There is this foreboding sense of isolation out here. It's been rough, really narrow shoulders, cars passing the opposite way so that they just barely miss us. And I'm sure we're gonna get to Great Falls. I don't know if we're gonna be able to continue on the trip. One of those really frustrating days, and maybe a defining, frustrating day for us in this trip. Augusta, Montana. Another day, another smoky campsite.
Here's the deal. We've been in Great Falls, Montana, trying to decide what we're gonna really do for the next part of our trip. We had a whole bunch of run-ins with drivers coming way, way, way too close. Super narrow shoulders, just lack of available roads to take. We just decided life's too short. We have hundreds of miles of this kind of stuff ahead of us, and we decided we're gonna skip that. We're gonna jump over to Kansas City, where my daughter Kelsey lives, and also the start of the Katy Trail, where we can
Ride safer.
Yeah, we can ride safer, and we can
See Kelsey.
we can see Kelsey, but we can also we'll hit the Katy Trail, and from then on, it's probably mostly rail trails, so it's going to be a lot safer. When there's not rail trails, there's lots of farm roads. So that's what we've decided to do, and it's a bit of a heartbreaker. Because I think that we both wanted to complete this thing all the way through from one end to the other. But again, it just seems like, life is just a little too short for that.
This is not worth the risk.
Yeah. Well, we got our bikes shipped, and hopefully this weekend we'll be on the trail again, and it's going to be awesome for the rest of the time.
To ride again.
Just arrived in Kansas City. It's about 9:30 at night. Heat index of 100 degrees. It's so humid, so hot. Wow. Can't wait to ride.
We spent a few days in this great American city, seeing the sights and spending time with Matthew and Kelsey.
Here we are, the Mighty Missouri River, Kansas City.
There's really no better way to explore a city than by bike. Usually there's good bike lanes, and you can cover so much more ground than by walking. And you get that 360-degree view with the city all around you. But the time had come to leave the frantic energy of the city behind. It was time to start crossing the country once again.
All right, well, we left Kelsey's place in Kansas City for chapter 2 of our trip. We just made it to the Rock Island Trail here in Kansas City, right at the Chiefs Arrowhead Stadium. We're anxious to get on the trail, or by tomorrow morning we'll be able to take trails all the way to Illinois. Looking forward to that. All right, rocking the Rock Island Trail. Brand new trail. Isn't it great to be on the trail again? Oh, it's just so relaxing to be on this. Just makes such a difference. Just to hear the cicadas droning on is a beautiful sound.
Even though here the heat was still oppressive, with the smoke gone and traffic woes in our rearview mirror, riding along this sublime stretch of trail was incredibly exhilarating. We felt like we had woken up from a nightmare into a stress-free morning.
I don't know how we're ever going to go home and see normal people in a house. That's going to be rough. A lot of nice farmland around here.
Here the trail is still being developed, but the connecting roads were quiet and peaceful, and we had no trouble reaching our campground near Pleasant Hill.
So what was your favorite thing about today? No, seriously.
That was a setup.
Inside joke. What was the best thing to happen to you today?
I think the sunset.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
You know, it's beautiful.
Yep.
We should walk down to the lake and get some nice pictures. This light is gorgeous, Roland.
Yeah.
You're going to have fun with this.
Yeah, absolutely.
You see the fish over here?
Yeah.
Eating the bugs on the water?
Yeah, no kidding. Check that out. Good morning. It is morning. It's like 9:30. This is fabulous. We're on the road. Now we're heading into town for some coffee. So let's go. Let's ride. What do you say? Let's go. All our pains are washed away as soon as we get on these bikes.
In the morning, we made the short trip into Pleasant Hill, a very charming town with a surprising lack of coffee shops. And then we continued on towards Windsor and the Katy Trail. Today's ride was beautiful as we found ourselves on the uninterrupted Rock Island Trail and immersed in the summery, sweltery Missouri heartland. Such a difference from riding in the West. We enjoyed the heat, the humidity, and the gentle trail riding through this tapestry of farms and forests with the meditative hum of the cicadas ever present. Tomorrow we begin the Katy. Conditions of the Katy Trail were a marked improvement from the rougher surface of the Rock Island, and we rolled smoothly through a broad agricultural landscape.
On a short ride into Sedalia, getting some thunderstorms. So hearing a little bit of thunder, getting a little bit of rain. Feels pretty nice, kind of cutting through some of that Midwest humidity. Good and wet at this point. So tonight we're staying at the historic Hotel Bothwell. They have a bike washing station. We needed it because of the rain. Kind of a classy night on the town here in Sedalia.
Hello there, another new day. Today we're going from Sedalia to, I think we're going to Boonville, maybe New Franklin. Warm, humid day here in central Missouri. It's gonna be a nice ride.
That's my beautiful partner.
Love you, baby.
I love you too, honey.
You know, the trail surface here is kind of ideal. Soft on the bike, soft on the butt.
Clifton City is where we are, although I see no evidence of even a town, let alone a city.
By our second day, we were utterly enchanted with the Katy Trail. We rolled eastward through the increasingly beautiful scenery, through small towns and past farms and relics from the railroad. Somewhere along the way, we found a pleasant little track leading off towards an old graveyard, and we spent some time reflecting on the passing of time and being grateful that we have this time to breathe and to live and experience the world in all of its simple glory.
This heat's pretty intense.
Yeah.
High 80s, super muggy, of course.
Sweaty, gotta hydrate. But we're still having fun.
It's like being in your own world, isn't it?
Yeah. Your own beautiful little world.
The setting sun is so pretty on the shadows. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Here we are in Boonville.
We found a room on the outskirts of town and a fine Mexican restaurant to cap off another spectacular day.
Good morning. There's the Missouri. Over the bridge, over the wide Missouri. How you doing, baby?
Tired. Dragging my wagon.
Good place to be dragging. It's a very gray morning.
Nice not to have the sun though, you know?
Yeah, it seems kind of cool and refreshing. There's some water over there. It's a bayou. I think it's a bayou.
Bye.
Getting detoured on the Katy Trail, coming into Rocheport. It's really beautiful though. It's fun going up and down the hills, to be honest. Kind of missed them on the trail.
Rocheport may be tiny, but it's one of the most popular towns along the trail. Home to B&Bs, cute cafes and restaurants, and the Katy Trail's only tunnel. People come from all over to sample its simple charm, like we did.
Now just leaving Rocheport with a belly full of ice cream and fresh ice water in our bottles.
Just east of Rocheport, the Missouri has carved tall bluffs out of the limestone, and the trail threads between the river to the south and the bluffs to the north.
Heading towards the Bur Oak. It's somewhat famous, apparently.
It's the largest oak in the state and tied for the largest in the country. Here we took a spur of the Katy into Columbia, where we took an extra day to give Julianna's aching knee a rest.
Looks fancy. A little too fancy for us, huh? Good afternoon, again afternoon, but we've been riding for a little while. We had a nice little spot in Columbia. Decided to do an extra night, give Julianna's knee a chance to heal.
That's a little bit better. Icing it all day helps, you know? We're at Cooper's Landing. Stopped for a couple of cheeseburgers and a couple of beers.
All right.
Nice. This looks delicious.
This looks delicious too. Mammut, huh?
Yeah.
Logboat Brewing.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. Cheers.
Got a food truck over there. Got another one arriving.
Later on the gator. Beautiful. It's just beautiful. Loving this day.
We rode with the afternoon sun on our backs, the Missouri in and out of view, until we reached the bridge over the river into Jefferson City, capital of Missouri.
Coming out of Jefferson City, hot, cloudless, kind of perfect summer day. The perfect includes hot. It is hot.
The Katy has earned a reputation as an important link in many riders' route across America, although it has been inexplicably passed over as a stretch of the Great American Rail Trail.
There's the Missouri River, just right outside of our campsite here. We're in Portland, Missouri. Humid, hot day.
Good morning. Getting up a little bit early. Good if we could get going early this morning. This would be a morning to do it. Heat index is up to like 105. We're definitely in for it for the next few days.
Good morning, Julianna.
90% humidity, raring to go.
Well, it's still a beautiful morning, but it is sweaty as all get out and swampy, but pretty. Look at that. Look at these bluffs. So good morning, America. We're crossing the country. Boy, it's not so bad in the shade. You get out there in the sun, it is hot. So hot. In Rhineland, Julianna putting together some breakfast for us.
The sight of flies.
Flies everywhere. Heaven on earth. Here's the spur over to Herman.
Herman. Cheers.
All right, it really is morning this time. The sunglasses hide the bags under my eyes, but it is, 7 a.m. and it's already really hot. We've got 35 to 40 miles to go at the most. And it's hot. It's supposed to be 100 today. 110 heat index. Let's go.
That's great.
Good morning, babe. Up and at 'em early. Feels really nice out here, though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
This is gorgeous.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Now, we aren't your usual up and at 'em kind of riders. Our way in the morning is to take our time, have our coffee and breakfast, and get out the door by 10 or so. But in this heat, we knew we couldn't ride much past noon. And this morning we were well rewarded with the most beautiful pastoral views.
Peanut butter, honey, banana, and tortilla. That is our breakfast.
You'd think we'd get tired of it, but do we get tired of it? Never.
Who ever gets tired of peanut
Oh
butter?
my God, no.
By noon, the heat was indeed oppressive, and we reached Augusta where we had a B&B waiting. We busied ourselves in whatever air conditioning we could find in the town, and then checked in and enjoyed the uncommon delight of a swimming pool.
It's a sweltery sauna out here.
It's a wonderful B&B and a great breakfast, though.
It's an amazing
Fine
breakfast.
company.
Hopefully we can make it to St. Charles before the heat really kicks in, but
You will.
we'll do our best. Good morning, America. We're crossing the country.
Good morning, Missouri.
Hey, good morning, Julianna. Love you.
I love you too, honey. Good morning to you. I love our beautiful adventure. I could really get used to this.
Amen to that, baby. And hotter, because we got a bunch of sun that we got to ride through. It's so much better when you're in the forest. Yeah, the heat has been crazy. Yesterday, we got lucky, hit a bed and breakfast with a swimming pool of all things, and that really cooled things down for us. It's supposed to be worse today. All right, it's another scorching hot day, like probably well over 100. I'm doing a rest day here in beautiful St. Charles, but it's so hot you can't really enjoy it. Morning, babe.
Morning, baby.
Leaving St. Charles.
Yeah.
Trying to get another early start. We're heading into Illinois. Got a new state today. Crossing the Mississippi, which is a big deal.
That'll be cool.
To me, it's always the divider between East and West, you know?
That's true.
So looking forward.
Yep.
East of St. Charles, the change in landscape was noticeable, as we were now in the bottomlands where the Missouri joins the Mississippi.
In the graveyards of the rusted automobiles. Good morning, America, how are ya? The Mississippi Valley off to our left. The Missouri off to our right, taking the Katy to the very end, to Mawkins. A little closer, don't be shy. Here we are in Mawkins, Missouri. This is the end of the Katy Trail. We've got a little bell that we get to ring.
So it was time to wave goodbye to the glorious Katy and time to cross into a new chapter in our journey.
Somebody loves me. Feels weird to be on pavement again, actually, after following the trails in Missouri. Quick little cool off here. Some Dr. Pepper, Turkey Club.
My name's Tanner. Grew up in Bethalto. I've been in Bethalto my whole life and in Alton area. Haven't really seen much, haven't really done much, but I'm getting there. I'm only 21 years old. My favorite color is pink. I've been bartending, well, since I've been 21. That was September, but I've been waitressing for like 4 years now. Good job. That's pretty good, wasn't it?
Well, that's awesome.
I'm a natural. I'm a little camera shy, so.
Yeah, no, not so much. All right.
Oh, thank
Awesome.
you.
Thank you. And there's our first view of the Mississippi, ladies and gentlemen. Heading up the Levee Trail. Clouds are starting to get heavy. Expecting a little rain, probably before we get to our motel. And there she is. Beautiful Mississippi River. Good morning, baby. How you feeling?
Just getting going, warming my knees up.
No coffee this morning.
Probably part of it.
We're gonna meet Mike and Dave, who we met yesterday, kind of helped us out.
More trail angels.
So they're gonna get some riding in this morning, and we're gonna join them.
Riding with Mike and Dave. Great guys, lots of fun. Beautiful trail.
Downtown Edwardsville here.
What a great surprise to ride with our new friends as they showed us around the excellent Madison County trail system.
You want me to get you?
Sure.
I got it. Oh, okay. You want to say the date or anything?
I have no idea what date it is. It's an awesome county to ride in. And beautiful, nice, shady trails. These are great trails all the way through.
It's a perfect soundbite. Dave DePazzo reporting from Madison County, I think, heading toward Pocahontas.
Mike Weaver from Edwardsville, Illinois. Do a lot of week-long bike touring type stuff and then club rides with my buds. This is one of them.
Yeah.
Anyway, Dave DePazzo, live in Godfrey's, close to Alton. I currently work at a real job, not like all these retired people. But yes, we ride on Tuesday nights. I decided to come and hang out with these legends riding across the country.
It was awesome riding with you guys. You did kind of get our asses moving. Usually we don't have that much fire under us.
I'm almost tempted to just, I got my credit card on my billfold.
Well, someday maybe, you know.
Yeah.
Happy trails to both of y'all. I mean, and thanks again for riding with us. Really enjoyed it.
Great meeting you guys, and I'll be watching you on YouTube to see how things roll out.
You guys will be stars someday. So a bid adieu to Dave and Mike. Now we're off the trail system and on the roads of southern Illinois. It's noon, probably 90. Not as hot as it has been. We think we got it in us to get to Pocahontas, 15 more miles. So here we go. Loving the farmland.
Peaceful.
Peaceful. It is. There's no cars. When I thought about riding across the country, this is pretty much a picture that would come to mind. Today feels like the most quintessential bike touring day. It's so cool to be crossing America. Good morning, America, and good morning, Pocahontas. Good morning, Julianna. We're following these farm roads, which are just really nice and quiet. I mean, these are as good as rail trails.
Yeah.
Better, I mean, they're paved. You get to see the people who live along them. I'm just loving it.
Nothing could have prepared us for the riding we would experience here in Illinois. Gentle rollers, magnificent skies, sublime pastoral scenery. Southern Illinois, such an unlikely place to discover paradise. This is what we were seeking all along. This was America.
I don't mind riding through these little country roads. They're nice. It's beautiful sky.
Sky is gorgeous.
One-lane bridge, but it looks like 2 lanes to me. One for you, one for me. US 50 heading east towards Carlisle.
Good morning, checking out the marina.
Doing a day off since we're expecting the fallout from Hurricane Ida.
That's my grandmother's name.
She a hurricane?
No, she was a gentle lady.
I'm wondering when they're going to come up with the Hurricane Julianna.
It'll be deadly.
Guess it's good we're not riding, wouldn't you say?
In Carlisle, we patiently waited out a 2-day storm. Our reward at the end was that the brutal heat of summer seemed to be finally over.
Good morning.
It's the nicest morning we've seen since probably the Olympic Peninsula. Cruising on the Carlisle Lake Trail. Here we go.
Storms have passed and it's cooled down.
Humidity seems way down.
Yeah.
It's September 1st.
Yep.
And we've been going close to 2 months.
Since July 9th.
But we've got July and August past us.
Yes, the hot
And
months.
it's really a nice day. So good to be back on the bikes. Can't believe how nice these roads are, you know?
Yeah, they're beautiful.
I mean, this is just, there's not a pothole in them. It's just super smooth and it's as quiet as a rail trail.
Yeah, seldom used farm roads.
Love it.
Our route through here was along the many farm roads that roughly parallel the busy US 50, staying close to the highway for the towns and services it provides, but riding on little traveled routes that crisscross the farmlands. We found the roads to be smooth, quiet, and every bit as peaceful as a rail trail.
One thing on these back roads is there's really no place to stop and eat. There's no picnic tables, there's no parks, there's really no services at all. Here's where we're having our lunch. Right here on this little bridge. And it's just enough to be able to get off the saddle for a little bit and grab a bite. It's all right.
So following these farm roads, we realized we're running out of water already. Julianna said, let's knock on someone's door.
Sweet, sweet little lady, just as cute as she could be, was so kind, and I asked her if we could get some water from her, and she let us in, and we got to fill up our water bottles, and she chatted with us for a while, and was so pleased to be able to help us.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Woo. Nice little hill.
That was a great hill. Take your hills where you can find them, huh?
Right.
Without a doubt, one of the nicest days of riding we've had, certainly in a long time. I mean,
Beautiful little places, gorgeous skies, lots of wildlife and birds.
And just wide open America, just everywhere you look.
Perhaps at no point did we feel more connected to the pure essence of cycle touring than here in southern Illinois. And what is that feeling we're reaching for on these bicycle tours? It seems to have something to do with reconnecting with our childhood, riding a stingray through summer heat, with nowhere to go but forward, the sense of absolute freedom and space, no expectations, just the joy of living in the moment. Illinois was absolutely fabulous.
Just cruising into Flora, get us some food. We got pizza, we got Mexican, lots to be happy about. And this beats the fast food there over by the hotel. I'm just filming this because that back row looks so good against my shirt. That is a money shot. Hey, you're ruining my shot.
I don't care.
We finished about a 60-mile day, and we decided to kind of finish off in a classic Americana way, Mexican food. So we're staying in the Roadway Inn.
No-tell motel.
It's a no-tell motel.
It's the shabbiest place we've ever been here.
You think it's the shabbiest place?
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the, yeah.
But, yeah.
Oh well, shabby hotel aside, it was as close as you can get to a perfect day.
All right, good morning. Coming to you live from Grandma's Kitchen.
My name's Dave MacArthur. Talking to these people that have been traveling across the country. Stopped here for breakfast in Flora, Illinois. And back in the early 60s, Ford Motor Company selected Flora, Illinois. Everybody that lived in the town, he was able to select a new Ford free of charge. And it was a promotion. It's the reason they call this Ford Town, Flora, Illinois.
That is such a great story.
Yeah, something different. Well, good luck.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Nice to meet you, young man. Thanks for the tips.
Old US 50 on a slightly breezy morning. Narrow shoulder, fairly fast traffic, obviously, 60 miles an hour. Okay, now we're taking this frontage road. It looks like it's the old highway, but very old. Sometimes Google Maps puts you onto some pretty quiet little roads. Finally found us a route around 50 for the next 20 miles or so, probably. Clay City. Yes, how are you? Oh, you can't have that hat. You want that hat, huh? I want a shot of your noggin. Dealing with some of the toughest headwinds we've had all trip, huh?
Yeah.
This wind has really gotten tough. I'm gonna take a little break over here on the churchyard. Try to find a way to get out of the wind for a minute. Protect me, oh Freedom Baptist Church, from this fierce wind. As nice as yesterday was, today has just been a slog. Really tough. A whole day for both of us. Coming into the town of Sumner, Illinois. I always feel so good after a shower. Here's our campsite in the woods of Illinois.
Good night.
It's going to be an awesome night.
Good morning.
Good morning. Feel refreshed?
And that fresh air is good for me.
Waking up in Red Hill State Park. Humidity is way low. It's just a beautiful morning. Perfect temperature. I mean, could not be nicer. Really, could it be? I don't think so. Well, I'm just saying. It's pretty perfect.
Good morning.
Look at her go. Heading towards Indiana. Vincennes? And ultimately Washington, Indiana. Here we go. Happy trails. Look at that road up ahead. Is that just gorgeous? We're in Lawrenceville. One of those classic town squares. Look at that butte. There's the bridge to Indiana over the Wabash. The border between Illinois and Indiana. Hello, Indiana. So far I'm liking Indiana. Feels different than Illinois.
As we crossed into Indiana, it was striking how the feel of everything seemed to change. A happy reminder that in our ever-shrinking world, there is still diversity between our regions.
Oh my God, this is just amazing riding. Ups and downs, rollers, just gorgeous. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Check this out.
Oh, does this feel weird on my tires?
Like you could throw the bike any second.
We rode through the afternoon till we reached the town of Washington, where we settled in for the night.
Cutest little donkey I've ever seen.
Good morning.
Hey there, how you doing, baby?
Good.
It's a gloomy morning, gray, damp,
It's supposed to rain today.
a little breezy. We're heading for Bedford. All right, happy trails.
As we rode through the morning mist, we found ourselves in the heart of a large Amish region, with simple farms and horses everywhere. Here, it seems, everything runs on horsepower.
Hi, you're all from the same mother, aren't you?
Today's ride out of Washington would prove to be a long one. With roller coaster hills and the most sublime pastoral scenery, it offered some of the best riding either of us have ever experienced. But the day also saw its share of challenges.
So, got a breach in my tubeless tire and...
Just needs a damn pair of pliers.
We got a trail angel here.
And, James, thanks a lot for stopping. You were taking your kid to his birthday party.
Yeah, he wanted me to stop and help you guys out when I got back. I had to drop him off for the party, so...
Yeah, and that was his birthday wish.
Yeah, it's good to know there's good Samaritans out there.
All right, thank you so
Get back to that birthday party. We continue on the most beautiful roads. I mean, it's just an amazing, beautiful day. But that took us, what, an hour and a half or so?
Yeah.
It all got fixed for the time being. And yeah, we dodged another bullet. But we're in the middle of Labor Day weekend, so we won't have a bike shop at least for a couple of days. Probably more like 4 days. Cincinnati. So we'll see. When you think of what perfect riding is, this is it. In the most beautiful rolling hills, southern Indiana. Wow. Now we're in forest, smooth roads, still very hilly, ups and downs, fast. Damn.
But all this beauty came at a cost. The hills were beginning to destroy us.
Holy crap. Luckily, it's not very long.
It's beautiful, but it's horrible, but it's beautiful. But it's so horrible.
It's hard to show how steep these hills are, but they're brutal. Here we go. No pain, no gain, right? We saw this fine woman here alongside the road, and she asked us if we would like a drink of water.
She opened up her well for us.
We appreciate it so much.
You're in God's country.
We are in God's
We feel
country.
blessed.
You won't find any better well water than that.
So, have you guys been here for a long time in this place?
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
63?
1963.
All right.
Yeah.
You know?
I can't believe you guys. You've got a beautiful face.
Thank you. So
I mean, you are so beautiful. I'm telling you, you guys make a beautiful pair.
Oh, thank you.
Well, if you ever
Thanks.
come back, and you probably won't,
Well, who knows?
I will not forget you two. Now, where are you going to from here?
Oh, Bedford.
Oh,
Is Bedford.
Where we're
Bedford
going
for
that
the
way.
night.
Turned off on this road. It just goes through here and you hit the same highway up yonder.
Well, we should probably get going so we don't
Okay.
end up riding at dark.
All right. Well,
You know?
thank you.
Yeah, thanks a lot. It was great meeting
Nice to
you
meet you
guys.
both.
Yeah,
Thank you for
Yeah.
the good water. We appreciate it.
yeah.
Glad to
You're
meet
thinking,
you.
who are these?
Yeah, we're
All
not
right.
used to this, but you
No,
know,
exactly.
it's okay. It's okay.
You
This
bet.
is all new for us. I can't get over this. You guys are a good couple now, let me tell you.
And thanks
And you
again.
too.
Really
Yes.
appreciate it.
Well, you're so, oh, I can't.
I don't know how many more of these I can do.
I know.
I don't know about you, but I am exhausted.
All right, changing plans. We couldn't make it to Bedford without riding in the nighttime. We just kept getting these hills, slowing us down. So we're riding along. We see this beautiful campsite here. Take a look. Nice little campsite, nice little campground.
Making dinner. Having beans and green chilies and cheese in tortillas. Nice high protein meal.
Good night. Well, good morning, everybody, and greetings from near Bedford, Indiana.
On the old Milwaukee Trail.
And it's probably not as scenic as the roads were, which were gorgeous. We kind of need some flat miles. I don't know if we could start a day with what we just went through.
We rode through the small town of Bedford, quiet on this Labor Day Monday, and gradually made our way out of the hill country of Indiana on an endless succession of beautiful quiet roads and bucolic vistas.
Anybody home?
We're out of the hill country. It was gorgeous, it was beautiful. Likely one of the most beautiful memories we'll have on this trip. But I am honestly grateful to see a return to the flats.
Our reverie came to a sudden halt at the approach of the town of Seymour. The challenging route getting to our hotel reveals the sad state of cycling infrastructure in so many cities in America.
Greetings from Seymour Butts, Indiana.
Morning.
We woke up hurting from the last 2 days, there's no doubt about it. It's kind of a struggle getting out of bed.
But we're always happy once we're out here, so
Bodies feel good,
once you get them warmed up,
nice and strong.
well
And
fed for sure.
Good morning, America. Heading for Versailles. Don't know how they pronounce it here in Indiana, probably Versailles. So great. God, I love these roads.
As bicycle tourists, we live for days like this. We know what it's like to struggle on roads like the one coming into Seymour last night, or on shoulderless highways like the ones we rode on in Montana. But with planning and luck, we find better routes. And we find ourselves grateful for the trails or the quiet farm roads that have seen us through so much of this part of the country. We don't take days like this for granted. We appreciate and savor every mile. We capped off a wonderful day at a friendly vintage roadside motel.
Great sign.
A bit of breakfast on the town square, and it was on to Versailles State Park.
So our commute route took us to Versailles State Park. It is pronounced Versailles. The lady there said, no, road's closed, you can't get through. But then she heard our story and made an exception. So now we're gonna take the route that we wanted. This is probably our route. A little muddy. Well, that was an ordeal. Very confusing. We look to be on the road now.
Morning.
Morning.
Today we head for the Ohio River, the closest we'll get to the south. A point made clear by the sudden proliferation of angry yard dogs.
Bad dog. Yeah, I didn't think so. Got you on my radars, guys. Don't even think about it.
Such a good little doggy. I love your ears. You got such nice ears.
Dropping down into the Ohio Valley. We got ourselves a nice little path right along the Ohio River.
We followed the Dearborn Trail along the Ohio, bringing us into Lawrenceburg, an attractive and lively community nestled just beyond the levee from the river. But in the morning we would find ourselves unable to ride to Cincinnati without miles of dangerous highway riding. At a White Castle, Julianna enlisted help from a kind local.
So Julianna and I were stuck trying to get into Cincinnati, and we ran into this very fine trail angel right here.
And I tried to run you guys over, but they're fast. You'd be surprised how sprite these two are. Julianna and Roland here. We're hoping that your travels are safe.
Did we get your name?
As long as you give it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Andy. So I'm Andy Beaver. I'm Andy from Indiana.
So Andy, happy trails, man.
You too, my friend. You guys be safe. Next time you're riding through Indiana, holler at me. Yeah,
all right.
Find me at a White Castle.
Cool.
He took us all the way into Newport, just across the river from Cincinnati, where we got a lovely hotel and spent the evening enjoying this wonderful town and the beautiful summer city vibe.
Good morning from Ohio. Crossing the Ohio River, getting ready to head up north, start our trip towards Cleveland. Well, greetings from Cincinnati. Gorgeous town.
Great city.
Yeah.
Great city.
All right, happy trails.
It took some time for us to make our way through the urban and suburban layers of the city, but by afternoon we reached the beginning of the Ohio to Erie Trail, which would see us all the way to Cleveland.
We finally made it off the roads and onto the trails. So now we're on the Little Miami Trail, also the Ohio to Erie Trail. Yeah, we're on our way across Ohio. So another state to conquer. And it's a beautiful day. Early, mid-September. Just spectacular weather for riding. Here's the Little Miami, ladies and gentlemen. Classic Norman Rockwell, all still and quiet. On your left. Lovely little trail town of Loveland, Ohio.
Today we only made it as far as Mason along this spectacular trail, but we were eager for the glorious days of traffic-free riding that lay ahead.
Let it happen. I'll give you what you want. Just shoot me. Morning, babe.
Morning, honey.
It's difficult to express the relaxation and calm that sweeps over you as you ride these trails through fields and forests and quaint Midwestern towns. Day after day of splendid scenery, gentle riding, all without a care in the world.
Look at you. Look how pretty you are.
You like being the hero every time we stop?
Who, me?
Yeah, we're like everybody's hero. It's like, oh my God, you guys are so cool.
Well, you know, what we're doing is pretty amazing.
For us, it's just another day in paradise.
I'm grateful every day. Well, I can say on our deathbed, we're never going to regret doing this.
Yeah, right.
As the summer began to wane, we could feel the changing of the seasons day by day. The hours of daylight grew shorter and the temperatures cooler. We found ourselves enjoying riding well into the late afternoon, with our shadows riding before us, cast by the setting sun in the west. Such a refreshing change of pace from ending our days by noon or else suffer heat stroke.
Ah, yes, here in the lovely little town of Cedarville. Nice little place. I'm going to stay here tonight. Good morning.
It's a hazy day. I don't know if there's a little bit of smoke coming in from the west. It's supposed to get pretty hot today, maybe up to 90 or so. Looking forward to Columbus. It's a great day to have a great day. Happy trails.
Happy trails.
So the trail is called the Prairie Grass Trail. Is that what it was? So a little straightforward, straight line, as far as you can see. So might as well get some miles beneath us. It's like a shift of trails here. Camp Chase Trail is our new trail.
The Ohio to Erie Trail, also known as the OTET, is really a collection of smaller routes, and often one passes from one trail to the next seamlessly. But each trail seems to have its own character. The variation from one region to the next keeps this trail from ever getting old or redundant. Coming into Columbus from the south makes for a particularly nice introduction to this capital city. We found a grassy park and napped before finishing our day at a hotel in the German Village district.
Greetings from Germantown, Columbus, Ohio. Just heading downtown, find a post office, send a few things back, find an REI, head up north on our way to Cleveland. We'll stop probably at Mount Vernon tonight and hope to find a campsite.
As much as we love riding in the cities, getting out of them can often be a challenge, and Columbus was no exception.
Seems like we've pretty much left the city behind us.
We were relieved to find ourselves out of the city and back into the green and peaceful countryside.
This is the Heart of Ohio Trail, and very nice, but God is it hot. What a humid, hot day it was today. And there's those shadows that we get every day.
Now turn right onto Keith Road.
Hey, it's our campground. What can you say? Another beautiful morning, huh?
Good morning, babe.
It's morning in America.
Morning in Ohio.
Now we're off for Millersburg. Loving that smooth pavement. Welcome to Mount Vernon, Ohio. Nice old depot.
The tour is being adjusted.
Johnny Appleseed. John Appleseed Chapman planted an apple orchard near here at the confluence of the Kokosing River, and in 1809 bought 2 lots in Mount Vernon. That's some pretty cool history. So we're riding on the Kokosing Gap Trail. Just a beautiful day. Another day in paradise.
Ever wonder what the inside of a locomotive looks like? Well, this is how you drive it.
Okay, now we're on the Mohican Valley Trail. It is blazing hot. Tomorrow rain. Today, real heat. The Bridge of Dreams. Well, that's a sweet name for a bridge. Suddenly we're on the Holmes County Trail. A lot of trails make up this Ohio to Erie Trail. A few miles of road travel, but really pretty through here.
A common question we get is, what was the prettiest part of your trip? There's no easy answer, but Holmes County in Ohio?
Wow, this is so pretty.
All afternoon we were treated with the most spectacular views, with rustic Amish farms and a picture postcard perspective of forgotten America. Riding on roads brings a very different perspective than riding trails. This part of the Ohio to Erie is incomplete, yet crossing the grain of the land on quiet roads is a beautiful way to see this kind of country. At Kilbuck, a kind Amish couple directed us back to the trail.
Clear.
Their machine-free highway to Millersburg.
Yeah, Denver. We're riding our bikes across the country. Yeah. Well, thank you for the directions.
Yeah. Now just an easygoing ride down a rail trail into Millersburg. All right, well, good morning.
Good morning.
And we're standing outside a beautiful old hotel, Hotel Millersburg in the heart of Amish country. Happy trails. It's a lovely morning. It's back on the Holmes County Trail. Look at what we have here this morning. The first real touch of autumn. How lucky that we can actually experience this every day. Just feeling the country kind of rolling beneath our feet, pedal stroke by pedal stroke. Watching the seasons change and seeing the changing of the landscape across this beautiful country, and we see it in real time. Just fabulous.
God, this light is just beautiful.
It is. It's spectacular.
This fog.
I know.
The benefits of riding all day long, every day. You can eat as much ice cream as you want.
Nice.
Morning.
All throughout this region, we encountered the rustic beauty of the Amish way of life. The Amish seemed to be attracted to us, perhaps by our simple means of travel.
These Amish got it going on. They do.
And everywhere we went, they engaged us, asking about our route and our way of travel. We found them to be warm and friendly, and their lifestyle fascinating.
What do you think, babe? Out of 10 stars, what would you give this ride?
9.75.
9.75. Should we eat a candy bar?
Yes.
Seen outside of a home in Amish country, Ohio. Love, that's the answer. That's the way forward. Love.
It's a rest stop for cyclists to come and sit. And this lovely gentleman, he and his wife created this. So grateful, so kind.
Hi, I'm Larry Raymer. I am a touring cyclist myself. I know how meaningful it is to find a rest area that you're welcome to. 5 years ago, I talked to my wife about turning a small area that we have right next to the trail into a rest area for touring cyclists. God has blessed us with a great place here, and we just want to share it with others. And it's so great really meeting you guys, doing your cross-country tour. And just want to say I wish you the best and the Lord's blessings to you as you travel.
Well, we appreciate that so much. We do feel like we've been blessed 100 times over.
And I think that's kind of what God calls us to do.
I could not agree more.
And he'll do the watering.
Well, thank you.
Well, you're
welcome. That's awesome.
I'm grateful for you. Oh my God, look at this. This is just so beautiful.
So we're back on the rail trail, and however many miles we were off the trail was really awesome. Just some really nice rolling country roads. Every day just keeps getting better and better. beautiful in all directions. Get out here, everybody. You guys got to come do this. You need to come out and check out this country.
Yet another day of inspiring landscapes and inspiring people.
We are at Smiley's Italian restaurant, where I just had some of the best fettuccine, Florentine, Alfredo that I've had in I don't know how long. It was so good. Good morning. We're still living the dream.
We are now riding the towpath along the Ohio to Erie Canal. Beautiful shady trail. Just leaving Massillon, heading up to Akron. Yeah, another beautiful morning in Northeast Ohio. Canal Fulton.
So we're following the Ohio to Erie Canal, and this is called the Towpath Trail, where oxen and horses towed barges down this canal to supply cities. Very historic area. Beautiful.
Morning.
Good morning. It's a Saturday morning on the Ohio and Erie Towpath Trail. It was a short ride today, but it's all going to be along the canal, and it's all going to be along this Cuyahoga Valley National Park. On to Cleveland and Lake Erie. Cheers. We are at Cuyahoga Valley, one of the locks. There you go, there's one of the locks. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Pretty doggone cool. Gates, and there is the lock. There's my shadow.
Riding through Cuyahoga Valley National Park was as fascinating as it was beautiful, full of old locks, bridges, and early 1800s engineering. We rolled along the peaceful limestone path until we reached the outskirts of Cleveland and our hotel.
How you doing? What's going on over there in camera land? We're riding through Cleveland. We're going to ride through the city and then up along Lake Erie.
Yeah, excited to see Lake Erie.
That'll be very cool. Yeah. We're coming into Cleveland on the Cuyahoga Valley Trail. You can see how wide this valley is. It's getting a little bit more urban. Did a little Google researching this morning on East Cleveland, which it looks like we'll be skirting high crime rates. A little sketchy. You hate to be alone with your bike in a place that's not safe, you know. I haven't really heard many good things about Cleveland. Everywhere we go, it's America.
And just like America itself, riding through Cleveland was full of beautiful contradictions. And before we knew it, we had reached another milestone on our journey.
Our first view of the Great Lakes, Lake Erie, off in the distance, downtown Cleveland. All right, we're here at Cleveland, Ohio. And we just met Shalira Taylor, right?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Just parked her Jeep here, grass, just looking out over the water, taking
This is Cleveland.
Soon we were back on the trail, heading northeast now.
A lot of wind coming off that lake.
From here we would follow the shoreline until we reached Buffalo and the Erie Canal of New York.
We're in East Lake, Ohio, just outside of Cleveland.
So good morning.
Good morning. We got a couple of days of pretty heavy rain, maybe 2 to 3 inches. We're heading up towards Geneva on the Lake and Ashtabulon, I think they're pronouncing it. Met up with a guy named Bob who said we could use his girlfriend's house up the ways in Ashtabula. Trail angels all over the place. It's been a while since we've been in wine country. Geneva seems to be a lovely little touristy town. A lot of wine here. Very charming, very put together.
As nice as Geneva was, Geneva on the lake was the epitome of tacky tourism, nearly abandoned this late in the season, but with a park that gave us a chance to dip our toes in the water. We left Geneva on the lake for Bob's girlfriend's condo just up the road, feeling incredibly lucky at Bob's generosity. But we were in for an unwelcome surprise.
Okay, so we found this condo where we were supposed to stay, but there's no key in the lockbox, so we're going to have to go back down into town and find a hotel.
He didn't answer his phone and never returned our calls. His generous gift turned out to be a bit of a sucker punch. Left without a room as evening fell, we were lucky to find a hotel not too many miles away.
At the Cedar Motel. We expected rain, got some blue sky, got a good day of riding, maybe get to Erie today. Very breezy day this morning, but so far not in our face yet.
One of the secrets to enjoying a bike tour is the ability to appreciate wherever you are. It's awesome to be in nature, but sometimes you ride through industry, which has a beauty and elegance and history all of its own.
Beautiful riding this morning. Nice little tailwind. It's great. Feels awesome. Little glimpses of Lake Erie here. Conneaut, Ohio. Our last town in Ohio. And now we're in Pennsylvania. How you doing today, babe?
Doing good. I'm loving this day. Breezy, but the temperature is perfect.
It's the last day of summer. They were expecting rain, and we thought we might end up having to hang out all day, but rain didn't materialize, not until tomorrow. So it's a gorgeous day. Beautiful riding. Life is so good.
We're so lucky.
Every day's an adventure. Every day you wake up, it feels like it's better than the last.
That's right. And it is.
Getting a few little raindrops now. See if this nice little window holds out or if we end up getting wet. Nice little rainstorm. Soft rain we got going here. Just enough to keep it cool and refreshing. Wow, the smell of grapes through here is intoxicating. There's just such a strong smell. This is gorgeous. Last 10 miles into Erie, very busy with traffic.
So here we are, sitting outside our hotel. It's raining, but we've got this lovely bottle of wine and this lovely bench, this lovely man. And we're just enjoying our romantic little evening. Gotta make the best of life, right, baby?
Let's find the magic. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
We're coming to you from Erie, Pennsylvania this morning. It has rained good and hard last night. Very blustery morning. Hopefully it's more of a tailwind than a headwind.
The tailwind pushed us steadily forward beneath a dramatic sky and through vineyards ripe for harvest.
Oh, got another flat in front of me. Gorgeous vineyard.
I could smell the Concord grapes all day.
I know, it's beautiful.
Is that Lake Erie out there?
Yep.
It's very quiet here. This marina looks like it probably has a lot of people in the summer, but not on a day like today. Very blustery out here. Got warnings for small boats. Well, Pennsylvania, it was nice knowing you, but it's time to move on.
Look, Herman, we're in New York. Here it comes. Hello, New York. Skyscrapers and everything.
Sun's come out. Lake Erie is just blue, blue, blue. This tailwind is magnificent. It just feels like we're flying. Just had lunch and it's cold out here. 18 more miles. Let's go.
As the weather shifted between sun and cloud, we rode into Dunkirk with ever more wind in our sails.
Dunkirk on a cool, gray, early autumn day.
What this experience has done for our souls is just impossible to describe.
Wow, what a gorgeous morning this is. Those clouds look amazing.
Morning, baby.
Ooh, it's a cold and dark and dreary day today. But it's dark. There's rain over Lake Erie. On our way to Buffalo. Here we go.
Coastline of Lake Erie. Cold morning.
But look at those waves. They've got warnings out. Small crafts. But it looks like the threat of rain is kind of past us. But the wind is again at our back. So now on US 20, got the 4-lane going for a little while.
We approached Buffalo through surging traffic and along an increasingly turbulent lakefront.
Well, it's a good morning, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's a great morning. We're gonna go see Niagara Falls today.
That's right, that's where we're headed. Heading north into Buffalo. We Ubered into Buffalo last night, had a nice little dinner. Thank you so much, Julianna. Enjoyed the city very much. We get to take another look at it again, and we ride through up north and north along the Niagara, and yeah, up into Niagara Falls.
It's gonna be a beautiful day.
It's morning in America.
Morning, America. Sure beautiful.
You can't get the vibe of Buffalo without a big old slag heap, can you? That's unfair. Buffalo's a really pretty city. Another cool, surprising Rust Belt city that we've fallen in love with.
Smells like cereal around here.
In 400 feet, turn right at the Fort Concha Cycleway.
Here's the thing about this country is it's beautiful all over. You just gotta find the beauty wherever you look.
Our time in Buffalo was exceptional. Julianna and I, we share a love for these Rust Belt cities, with their grand history and their aspirations to reclaim that sense of grandeur. At some point, we were led onto a flawless paved bike path with the Niagara River gracefully tracing our route. Soon we were entering the seemingly forlorn city of Niagara Falls.
All hat, no cattle.
All bark and no bite.
So we got this nice little room at this hospital.
If you look out the window here, there's the park that leads right down to the falls. But we easily found a charming room and a great spot for our plans for tomorrow, which were simply enjoying one of the more touristy, tacky, but ultimately spectacular and mind-blowing destinations in North America, Niagara Falls. What can be said about Niagara Falls that hasn't been said 1,000 times before? Not much. Suffice it to say, we were amazed, impressed, thrilled, exhilarated. We walked too many miles, took too many pictures, and got good and wet. And by the end of the day, we were done.
Yeah, leaving Niagara Falls. Got a nice little breeze coming in from the west. Should push us towards our destination, which is Lockport today. We made it to the Erie Canal, due east of Niagara, so we didn't start out in Buffalo, skirted a few miles, but beautiful, paved. Look at this. Looking forward to spending the next few days on this. Next week, 2 weeks, I don't know. We're kind of at that point in the trip where we can take as many miles or as few miles as we want to. Today we're doing a light 20-25 miles. We got started late. We did a bunch of viewing around Niagara. Tomorrow we'll probably hit it a little harder. It's a luxury to be able to go as far or not as far as you want. Lockport, New York.
Come on.
I'm not that good on the phone.
Hi guys, my name is Gretchen. This is Mr. Mike Molinaro Sr.
Hi.
We're here at Molinaro's in lovely Lockport, New York. We're so happy Julianna and Roland joined us for dinner tonight. I hope they enjoyed their cookies.
Oh, it's been
Fabulous.
fantastic. Oh yeah, my wife
Very
did
good.
that.
Oh,
Yeah.
so good.
Good recommendation.
You're gonna-
You
yes.
loved it. You did a good job.
Yes,
You did
I
good.
I get a raise.
I'm not that good.
Now I get a raise.
Yeah.
Oh, now he's not the boss.
We awoke and headed out onto the Erie Canal to begin our next chapter. Along the way, we stumbled upon the Locks District Museum and got a glimpse of the magnificent engineering and history that we would find along our entire route here in upstate New York.
Really getting started on this whole Erie Canal chapter. Heading to Brockport, pick up our winter clothes, and then to Rochester to an REI. Going to be a lot of cool weather. All right, on delay.
When you're riding the Erie Canal, you're riding through history. The canal was first envisioned in the early 1800s when the country was expanding and the Midwest states were coming into their own.
Hello.
The canal opened up the entire Midwest to the eastern seaboard, made New York the world-class port that it still is today, and created a boom for industry and economy all along its length.
Drawbridge going up. There's a boat going through the drawbridge. How cool to see this. Now I can cross. Good afternoon.
How are y'all? We've got 40 miles to Rochester. Incredible sky, beautiful crisp autumn temperatures.
Perfect trail.
This trail is just gorgeous, really nice, hard-packed, kind of sandy. And the canal, it's hard to express how pretty this is. The lights shifting and lush farms and beautiful little canal towns. Absolutely stellar. So it's gonna be another, believe it or not, another day in paradise as we cross the country. Love you, America. God, what a beautiful day it is. Cannot say it enough. What fabulous weather we're getting and how much we seem to be smiled upon by the weather gods. Thank you, weather gods. Couldn't be happier. Making a little lunch here. Not a bad picnic spot.
Living large. This is what living large is.
It is. This is the best kind of living.
I am loving life.
How are we ever going to go back? How are we ever going to go back to normal life?
I don't know. I think we've created a monster, quite frankly.
Created a monster indeed, after thousands of miles traveled, and as the season bled from summer to fall, we were at our peak. Physically, spiritually, mentally, I doubt if either of us were ever in such a state of perfect grace.
Here we are in Rochester, where the Genesee River and the Erie Canal come together.
Thank you for the nice jacket, honey.
Oh, you bet, sugar. Thank you for the nice arm warmers and the fleece and the smuggle.
All the good stuff.
And the socks. How you doing?
Good. Liking this cooler temp.
You're dressed for it. It's gray, feels like rain. Leaving Rochester, New York. A new day, a new adventure. Here we go, crossing the country.
Incredible.
Yeah, it is.
There are those who would shun a tour like the Erie Canal with its flat trajectory, but for us this was as close as one can get to riding through Europe with the gentle landscapes, the old world artifacts, and a sense of harmony between nature and civilization. We loved every minute of the Erie Canal.
There's the path, see it? It's another day in paradise, right, baby? Looks like we're going to be on the road most of today. This is where the path hasn't been totally completed. Another cool gray day, and it is October, 1st of October. Brand new month. Name of Julianna's papa. Gotta get a shot of that. Well, sun's come out. That's nice, warming up a little bit. First time in a couple days.
As with the Ohio to Erie Trail, New York's Erie Canal has interruptions where one needs to ride on roads. We found these sections to be a welcome change of pace, safe, calm, and very scenic as the roads are more likely to cross the grain of the land.
Quiet afternoon, just got back onto the path. Got 3 or 4 more miles to get into Weedsport. We'll be wrapping it up early today. More single track. It's kind of nice. Little muddy. We haven't gotten our good morning report. Do you want to stop? Well, what's going on this morning?
Roland's got a mosquito bite.
Got some warm weather back. We're back in our shorts. It's probably 70. Then we're leaving Weedsport, going to Syracuse. Probably spend a couple nights.
Found an umbrella on the trail.
If that's anybody's, let us know. We'll send it to you post-haste.
You lost your bumbershoot.
We're going really easy. Julianna, is this okay if I talk about this?
What? No.
Talk about your,
What? God, Roland.
What are you calling it?
Shut up.
What? We're not going to talk about it, I guess. You want to talk about it?
Why?
Like it's something that people should share.
Oh, my
when
God.
they're doing a long-distance bike trip, this could be a thing.
All right. It's called adrenal fatigue. Continually asking your body to perform at the level that we are, your adrenals are what give you that boost. When the adrenals get fatigued from being called upon too much, you get fatigued. You need some downtime to recover, and we haven't really been taking much for recovery time. So yeah, I've been a little tired.
Yeah.
But you keep going, and it works out just fine. But yeah, so see, that's not really worth talking about.
It is. No, that's important.
Yeah.
Point is, it's a beautiful day in paradise. We're crossing the country, and it's morning in America. Says it all. We love New York, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
We entered Syracuse with tired legs. Just our luck, a weather system was scheduled to arrive by morning. We couldn't resist a rest day, so we spent a little extra time in this once mighty American city, riding through a music festival that seemed to herald our arrival.
Young Orange is in the building! Make some noise for Tornado!
Downtown Syracuse. See what I think?
Yes,
It's a
that's
cool
pretty
city.
cool, yeah.
Awesome. Let's get some fish.
And then we finished our ride to our hotel on the outskirts, ready for a rainy rest day in Syracuse.
So what do you do on a rainy day in Syracuse, New York? Well, we're going to find out.
Well, cheers, baby.
Cheers, honey, to a fun way to spend a rainy day.
Ah, yes.
Nobody better to spend it with. Daydream.
We meandered through the city, enjoying Clinton Square, where the Erie Canal itself was once the main avenue through town, and cargo ships docked and trading and commerce commenced.
Yeah, really impressive.
And in the end, just a nice, easy, relaxing day.
Be right back with your waters. The beam has 2 straws for you.
Awesome, thank you. All right, it's a wet, gloomy morning in Syracuse, New York, on to Rome.
And good morning.
Good morning, baby. We're the old locks. You're Syracuse?
What a difference a couple of nice, cool, rainy days can make on the seasons.
Wow, autumn's here. It's beautiful. Look how pretty that is.
I know. That's a turtle. Oh, cool. Look at you, you beauty. Not gonna hurt you. Let me see you.
Nice little lunch in Canastota, New York. Continues to be a gray, drizzly day, huh, baby?
Yeah.
Gray and drizzly, sure, but also utterly, indescribably beautiful. Truth be told, we were in absolute heaven to be lucky enough to be riding through upstate New York on such a lovely and perfect day. In Rome, we hoped to do what the Romans do, but instead settled in for a nice sleep.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Got a nice, easy road ride to start the day. Promises to be a much warmer day. Autumn's coming, but we got a little summer waiting for us. Back on the trail.
Hi, I'm Judy Kaler. I'm from New Hartford, New York. Just doing a local ride, and I met these lovely people, Julianna and Roland, who are traveling across country. And
Thank you for stopping to talk with us.
Oh, well, I love to talk to people that are riding across country. It's just amazing. Good luck to you, Julianna and Roland.
Much. Yeah.
Safe travels and have a ball.
With the rain behind us, we rode into Little Falls under a crisp blue autumn sky, a perfect afternoon in exactly the right place. We were fortunate enough to get a free history lesson upon arrival.
That is City Hall, and that was actually built by the Burroughs family. That was also donated by the person that built the mansion on the hill, donated City Hall, and built church right next to it is the oldest church in many counties. The next one down.
Really?
Uh-oh. I don't know what to think about that. And my dad, actually his love and his brother's love was, they built the radio station, but that was the radio station, call letters WLFH, if you look that up, Arthur and Bob Feldman.
And so he brought radio to the town.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You believe that? That's awesome.
So that's my family, and look it up.
So
it's FEL.
We capped off a fabulous day with a fabulous Italian meal. Perfetto.
Who knows, it's still closed? Yep, there they are working on it. There's our roadblock. We couldn't have timed it better. Can we go around it? No?
Well, we did our best, but we were detoured in the end with the usual lack of signage and general state of confusion.
But now we're back on the canal.
Boats waiting to get into the lock. The doors are opening. They just raised the water level.
Boy, that's a lot of water all at once. Awesome display of engineering there, eh?
That was so nice to see.
Yeah. Very cool.
This section of the route had us following the Mohawk River through a forested palette of autumn color.
A beautiful day just outside of Amsterdam, New York, along the Mohawk River. Every afternoon's been spectacular here. It's so lush, it's so pretty.
Now make a U-turn onto Towpath Trail.
She hates you.
But look at this beauty. I mean, just locks and cool modern artifacts. Love it.
It would be hard to bid farewell to this exceptional trail, but Amsterdam would be the end of our time on the Erie. Tomorrow we head northeast to New England.
Nice little bridge here, going over the Mohawk to Amsterdam.
Soon we were crossing the grain of the land again, over gentle hills and mostly quiet roads lined with old stone walls.
Definitely getting into the autumn colors now. Lots of yellows here in upstate New York, near Saratoga. Hi.
It was Columbus Day weekend, and in the Northeast, that means no vacancy at the hotels. But we managed to find a room some 6 miles north of town and decided to wait out the holiday.
But we're here at the McGregor Hotel. Definitely nothing fancy. We got to ride our bikes just to get a cup of coffee.
First world problems. Visiting Saratoga. It's a nice town. Lots to see and do.
Once Monday rolls around, we're off to see Vermont. We've got less than 300 miles left. That could take 10 days.
Good morning. Heading to Lake George. Had a really great little visit with my son Walker, who happened to be in the area and paid us a visit. Had a nice night with him. But it was so great to see him.
How you doing, honey?
Oh, I'm doing great. It's a beautiful afternoon. Autumn colors are really changing.
Our spirits high, we rode ever closer to New England and our final destination, the Atlantic, with the autumn sun on our backs and nearly our entire journey behind us. The trail unfurled before us, and the forest seemed to glow with promise as we descended into beautiful Lake George. Nothing could slow us down now. That's what we thought anyway.
Well, good morning from Lake George, New York. Julianna's not feeling well. Got a little bit of a sore throat and body aches. Don't want to fear the worst.
I'm vaccinated though. Don't think it's the vid.
All right. Beautiful Lake George. What's that? So pretty.
It's nature's carpet. Velvet. It's beautiful.
It is. It's so beautiful. And there's the Champlain Canal as it makes its way between New York and Vermont. Julianna's still feeling sick. Got the raw sore throat, fever. It's not good for her to be riding today. We probably should have spent another night in Lake George. But she felt like she should keep going, and so here we go.
What could be more ideal than riding through New England in the autumn? But Julianna's symptoms were not going away, and as the day wore on, it became clear that this was no ordinary cold. We were headed for Granville on the Vermont border with few services or medical help. When we reached our room, Julianna collapsed on the bed. I masked up and went next door and brought her in a meal. Things were getting complicated.
We just hit Vermont. We're very concerned. Julianna's been sick. We tried to get a COVID test down in Granville. They need a reservation, but we needed to get up to Rutland to try to get to a better room. Slow going, but doing our best, and Godspeed.
Following the Delaware and Hudson rail trail, really bumpy, but it's not for very long, so.
We found the Delaware and Hudson to be a spectacular trail, especially at this time of the year. Well, I did anyway. Julianna was struggling bravely, aching, fatigued, but determined to reach a better hotel and medical help if needed. Despite the symptoms that were exhausting her reserves, we made good time, and soon we reached Castleton in US 4, which would take us into Rutland.
Jane. Holy crap. So on top of Julianna feeling sick, chain broke, can't seem to get it fixed. Got about a, 8-mile walk to Rutland where there's a bike shop. Problems are compounding.
Without a chain, I had to walk my bike up the climbs, rolling down the descents, while Julianna kept pace until we made the 8 miles into town and an open bike shop.
Hard to imagine a more beautiful setting to have to walk through. This could be worse.
The owner of the bike shop assured me I needed a complete new drivetrain. He could replace it overnight, and I could pick it up in the morning. With few other options, I agreed. Then we finally made it to our hotel, where Julianna rested.
So it's been a really interesting few days. A lot's been happening.
A lot indeed. After dropping off my bike in Rutland, we managed to get a hotel in town. We needed several days of rest for Julianna, but when they found out she had COVID, they refused to let us stay another day. With no more rooms in town, we booked a condo in the ski resort of Killington, some 15 miles and 2,100 feet up the pass. Since there was no way Julianna could make the trek, I rented a U-Haul, picked up my bike from the bike shop, and drove Julianna, our bikes, and luggage to the condo. Then the next day I returned the U-Haul down in Rutland and began the ride back up the pass.
And then this morning I returned the rental truck and started riding back up. And I figured, this won't take any time at all because I'm not taking any luggage. And I kept thinking, what did I forget to pack? And what I forgot to pack is a spare inner tube. And sure enough, I got a flat. And I'm about 10 miles from the condo. I'm just gonna have to take the 3 or 4 hour hike with the bike. On top of that, I'm definitely feeling chest congestion, the raw throat, fatigue. It's just a bitch. Been walking for, I don't know, an hour or two. It's so exhausting. Just so freaking fatigued.
Holy cow. I mean, my whole body just feels destroyed, and I think I know I got the COVID, so.
Well, luck has changed. Sun's out. I found a bike shop at the Killington turnoff, and they were able to fix my flat. So, a few more miles up this road to get to our condo and back up to Julianna, who is hopefully resting.
This is a place in Killington in all its glory. And then this is our view. Hello, Vermont.
Day after day we spent in frustration, stuck in our condo, isolating, quarantining, and helplessly watching from our balcony as the season flew by. As we began to feel better, we started getting out, just to get fresh air and work our bodies, trying to get some blood moving so that once we recovered, we would still have the strength to finish the ride. But even a mile walk left us breathless and exhausted. It was clear that we had our work cut out for us. Damn you, COVID. On our last day of isolation, we got on the bikes to test our endurance.
It's our first time for both of us being on the bikes since we realized what was up. Another day of isolation, and then we're taking off.
It's our 10th day of quarantine, and we're feeling pretty good. It didn't really hit us too bad. I think we're going to be all right. I think we fought it off pretty well.
It's a really steep climb up to the top, and it's raining, and it's pretty cold. Makes me wonder if it was such a good idea.
Greetings from Killington, Vermont. We've been holed up here it's been over a week, right? I can't tell you how hard it's been to not be able to ride after, so many weeks and months of getting on the bike pretty much every morning, being suddenly stuck in limbo. But in a couple days we head out. We're looking at weather, solid rain. We're leaving Sunday, and then it's going to be rain every day. So not the best healing situation.
We've got less than 200 miles. We're going to finish this trip come hell or high water.
Just another adventure.
The
three of us. So, Herman hasn't been feeling all that great either.
It's getting soft.
Very listless. Yeah, it's getting soft. Make me laugh. All right, well, here we go. Oh, and let's ride. And what are some of our signatures? It's Morning in America.
Happy trails.
Happy trails. Happy trails.
So I don't know what's happening. This is probably our last ride. High in the Green Mountains of Vermont here in Killington. And after our quarantine and isolation, we're riding down to Lebanon, New Hampshire. The weather is not looking at all good, and we are not feeling at all good. We took a walk yesterday
It was a mile. It totally kicked our asses. We just rode up a hill, maybe 20 feet. Winded the hell out of both of us. So do we have 200 miles of hard rain riding in us? And I don't think we do. I think right now we're probably looking at flying out of Lebanon and saying to hell with it, COVID kicked our ass and won in the end. But it's a beautiful, cold morning. It's like in the 30s, crisp fall, beautiful sunshine. We're going to ride through some really gorgeous stuff today, I hope. And,
Heavy trails.
Heavy trails. All right, here we go. How you doing, baby? A little more climbing coming back, and it's hard. It's really hard. God, it's so beautiful, isn't it? But, man. All right, you ready to go?
Convinced that we didn't have the strength to continue, we rode on, discouraged and demoralized, struggling over the few short climbs out of Killington. But as it so often happens in cycling, then came the descent. Before long, the swift and effortless downhill and the achingly beautiful Vermont autumn conspired to tell us a different story, one that said, "You can do this. You can do this." And by the time we reached Woodstock, and without so much as voicing it, we knew. We would reach the coast no matter what it took, and we would do it with smiles on our faces.
Wow, wow, wow. This place is beautiful.
At Rockefeller Billings Marsh National Park here by Woodstock. It's like a working farm. Lovely.
After snagging picnic provisions and bustling but beautiful Woodstock, Kamut found us a spectacular route just north of the Attahquechee River, through splendid Vermont scenery. Here it was late autumn, and the land was bathed in sunlight, and we followed the winding road along the river, past old stone walls and covered bridges and churches and impossibly pretty forests and fields. In short, we were riding through a postcard version of Vermont, and we soaked up all that we could. If there was anything that could heal a COVID-weary soul, this had to be it.
Connecticut River, ladies and gentlemen. And right there is New Hampshire. Goodbye, Vermont. It's been real. Love you, but this time it's been tough, gotta admit. Gloomy morning. It's been raining for a couple of days. Just coming out of a nor'easter. Everything's pretty wet. It looks like we got a nice dry spell, so we are happy. We got an inn at the end of the road. Only 50 miles to go. I think our rain is done. The colors are beautiful. It's great to be on the road again. Another day in paradise. Maybe 3 more days to get to the coast to wrap this baby up. So hopefully we feel up to it. We're still kind of feeling the effects of the COVID in a pretty big way. And here we go.
After 2 days of rain, we feared that the 58-mile-long northern rail trail would be in rough shape, and so planned instead to take the highway south to Concord.
So we've changed our mind. We're going to go ahead and take the northern rail trail. It's going to add a few miles, but it's going to reduce risk and also climbing.
Yeah.
Julianna's not feeling well at all. Pray for us, y'all out there. All right, here we go.
So we took a chance in this crushed gravel path. We are so happy we did.
Gorgeous here, just gorgeous. What a beautiful lake this is. Idyllic. You can tell we've been climbing in elevation. Really late fall now.
Can't believe it, we got sunshine. It's cold, but it's kinda sunny.
The only accommodations we were able to find was a hard day's ride away in Franklin. Considering it was only our second ride after COVID, today proved to be a banner day, cycling nearly 60 miles on gravel with some sustained ascent in cool and damp conditions. But this exceptional trail and the late autumn landscapes fueled us, and we seemed to gain energy as the day wore on.
Sandwiches, deli.
Sunday night, Sunday morning.
Good old-fashioned lunch at a good old-fashioned New England country store.
Can't be beat.
Oh, this is beautiful.
Well, I never knew New Hampshire had so many lakes. And they're all just gorgeous.
It's a gorgeous day.
This thing's got any more beautiful than this. Holy cow. I guess it does.
It had been a long day, and by the time we reached our B&B in Franklin, the sun had set and the twilight was waning. Here at the Black Swan, which was built in 1780. Look at this place. Croissant French toast. Wow.
Just leaving the Black Swan Inn. Had a lovely breakfast served by Linda, and it's just a beautiful, crisp fall day. Life couldn't get better, could it? I don't know. Only a couple more days left of this adventure, and we're already mourning it.
Good night's sleep, eh, babe?
Yeah, 10 hours.
Yeah.
That's a 55 miles this will do to you.
Yes. 11 more miles on this northern rail trail.
11 beautiful miles.
I think we're gonna take it slow this morning.
Good morning, America.
Almost there. Here we go.
Take the next right.
Wow.
This is the kind of cool stuff you find. This northern rail trail has been fabulous. We're so glad we ended up taking it. We were going to maybe miss it because of the rains. We thought it would be kind of rough. But, oh, it's been so beautiful.
The next morning, we followed the Merrimack River and completed the length of the northern rail trail, enjoying the almost too perfect scenery. At the trailhead in Boscawen, we had the pleasure of meeting Bob and Jeanette.
Roland.
Hi, Roland. Julianna. We met you on the New Hampshire Rail Trail.
Would you introduce yourselves?
Bob and Jeanette Henry.
Yeah.
Very nice.
From Franklin, New Hampshire.
Yeah.
And we
I
met
finally
you
met
in
two
Boscawen,
nice people from
Colorado.
Oh, Colorado.
Right,
But you
yeah.
started in Washington.
Started in Washington.
Yes.
We heard all about
Yes.
your wonderful trip.
Yeah, but you hit New England at the right time,
I know,
right?
yes.
With all of
I'll save the best for last.
That's right.
Joy.
Well, you guys enjoy.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah.
So nice. Joy and good luck on the
Fantastic.
rest of your
Yeah.
trip.
Thank
All right.
Completion.
Super.
Thank you.
Big
Happy
celebration.
trails, you
Happy
guys.
trails. Safe ride. Be careful.
Thank you.
We'll see you.
US 3, New Hampshire. Now that we're on the roads here in New England, off the trails, a lot of traffic. Really enjoyed Concord. What a pretty little city. Classic American town. Now we're heading on towards Manchester. Some 15 odd miles away. Shadows are getting long. We got 2 more days left. 2 more days left before we hit the ocean. It's really feeling surreal to me.
After a grueling climb leaving Concord, we nearly flew down the descent into Manchester. We reached our day's destination, as we so often do, just as the sun was setting.
Leaving Manchester on a cold morning.
It's our last day. We're going to hit the ocean today.
So
Not
we
going
won't-
to dip yet,
yeah.
though.
Here's the Rockingham Recreation Trail. Right now it's a little more than grass and dirt. This is more like it. This Rockingham Rail Trail should take us most of the way to Portsmouth. Welcome break. Boy, that wind is chilly.
Yesterday and today have been our coolest days.
Got another nor'easter coming tomorrow, right?
Nor'easter, Bobby. It's a
Yeah.
Gonna reach the crest today. Woo-hoo! Wow, look at that. You're right.
I know. God, this is pretty. How you feeling today, baby?
I feel fantastic.
That is awesome.
Very good day. Oh boy. I think I want to walk this one.
Yeah, no kidding in the low clearance. Look at this. That is one seriously tight squeeze. Wonder what happened to the actual train tunnels, you know? Yeah, that's low clearance, all right.
You know, don't you, that we can't leave here without getting some Boston clam chowder. You want to try it? Are they open?
Cup of fish chowder.
Chowder.
It's so good.
Yeah. A lot of limbs down from that nor'easter the other day. Need me to help you with that?
Help me with the back end.
Yeah, I can. Better duck.
Good job, Roland. Doing the limbo.
Well, squat tunnels and fallen trees aside, we couldn't have imagined a better way to spend our last full day on the road. Riding the Rockingham Recreation Trail was a ride through paradise.
Beautiful day. Beautiful but sad. Can't believe it's all coming to an end. Feels so strange. Feels like a cause for celebration and a cause for grief, I guess. All in all, the Rockingham Trail's been a really good trail for us. Slows you down sometimes, but that's exactly what you need on a bike tour. You don't want to take it too fast. You want to be able to appreciate it. There's no reason to be racing from point A to point B. This is about, experiencing the world, feeling the feels, feeling this crisp, cold October air on your ears, smelling the forest decaying, hearing the leaves crunch under your tires. It's a full sensory experience, and you just want to take it all in. We're just trying to get the most out of this day and just appreciate all of it. Just love this kind of traveling. Just love it so much. Makes me feel so alive. Back on the pavement again, off the rail trail, and final 15 miles into Portsmouth.
We arrived in Portsmouth as the sun was skimming the treetops. What a day.
We are so close to finishing this trip. So close.
And to think just a few days earlier, we nearly gave up and headed home early. Instead, we'd been rewarded with some of the finest riding of our entire trip. At times like these, it's hard not to believe that you get what you give. The sun slipped behind the horizon, and we wound our way through the streets of downtown Portsmouth as the streetlights were just coming on. And we made our way to the Memorial Bridge, which carries US 1 into Maine.
We just made it into Maine. The last state of the trip.
We had a room booked in Kittery for the next 2 nights, since another solid day of cold rain was moving in overnight. Dipping the tires would have to wait one more day.
Well, good morning.
Good morning.
This is our last official good morning from the road. We are making the short trip to the beach so that we can dip our tires and ship our bikes home. It's been a long, beautiful, and yes, strange trip, but what an incredible journey. We're both exhausted. I think psychologically, we're just like, man, we have been going and going and going, and it's almost at an end. I think it's our minds telling our bodies, it's time to let down, it's time to relax, it's time to start living a normal life again.
No more living on adrenaline.
3 days we're going to be home, and it's going to feel so surreal. But I think we're both really looking forward to it. It's been incredible, but we're getting real closure on it.
You are close to your destination.
Woo! Look at this. Made it, baby.
There it is. Look at that. Look at that. The North Atlantic.
Yep.
Shall we? All right, here we go. Comes the ocean. Here we are, baby. That's it. Yeah, baby. We made it. And then my feet are soaked.
It had been 119 days since we took off from Rialto Beach, if you count the downtime in Great Falls and our quarantine in Killington. Not the fastest crossing, and yes, we skipped the Great Plains, but we savored every minute, and what's more, it changed us in some very big ways. Anyone who has done anything similar knows that feeling. It was an epic adventure that will live inside of us forever.
Just heading for Papa Wheelies in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Drop off our bikes and say goodbye to the whole bicycling lifestyle for a season. This is our last ride, baby. I don't know, what do you feel?
I feel a little bit of sadness, a lot of joy, very proud of what we've done together.
We had to persevere,
We had to work things out, you know.
Good things happen when you put yourself out there.
Yes.
Oh my God, look at that. What a spectacular day this is. Today is the warmest day we've had in weeks, I think. Rained hard all yesterday, but today is arguably the most gorgeous day we've seen on our trip. A spectacular farewell.
So we made the short ride back into Portsmouth, where we'd set up a bike shop to ship our bikes home. This journey across America, from the urban centers to the wilderness, to the farms and the fields, was in our eyes an act of optimism. Our country is as solid as our ability to connect, to listen, and to engage with our fellow Americans. The more we reach out to others, the more we find the unity that seems to have gotten lost along the way. There is only this one America, one fabulous, sprawling, messy, complicated, but ultimately beautiful country, from sea to shining sea.
We gotta say goodbye to our bikes. Bye, bikes.
Goodbye, bikes. I love you.
You've been so good to us. Thank you.
We caught our lift to Boston, and the next morning caught our flight back to Denver. It had been nearly 4 months and over 3,000 miles since we had been home. We were tired. We were weary. We were ready to put our feet up. And that's just what we did. For a very, very long time.